Hello everyone, welcome to the reading. This reading will be for Tristan Thompson. Usually when I start these readings on a celebrity I don't know about, I like to pull cards out, like to see what can I see about their personality, things like that. But I actually received some intuitive downloads about who he is as a person. So I'm gonna actually get into the downloads I received, and I'm gonna talk further about this situation. So what I received was that he feels mentally superior. He does not believe in social constructs. There is no such thing as gay, bi, or straight to him. He believes that those are concepts for the uninvolved and mentally feeble. He does not believe in marriage. He finds all social traditions and standards to be only for fools. He does not care to be a father. His superiority complex prevents him from understanding the importance of his child or children development. Not just that, but he sees relationships almost as like an accessory. That he understands that in this world there are certain norms and standards that people have, and he feels like he has to kind of like capitulate to some degree, even though he doesn't want to be tied down by any of those things. And I know that seems like a lot. It's actually more things actually, but I'm not gonna like swamp this whole reading into like downloads. Now I know that some of you guys aren't familiar with me kind of like looking into things like that as far as like downloads, and let me just give a brief sort of like history as to how I come about these things. It's actually something that has been in my lineage for a very long time. I'm talking about like great grandparents sort of stuff. This isn't something that's kind of like new for like YouTube or like things that people like come up with these days. This is something actually really old that has been in my lineage for a while now. Not just that, there's members of my family as far as ancestors that are really like in tune, where they can find out like when someone's gonna die, when someone's gonna get married, where they're gonna be like headed to, things like that. Like I'm not so like in that sort of energy. I can't do all of that just yet. But I do have certain abilities, again, that's been in my lineage for a minute now. So like, I usually don't like share these things, but I'm becoming a little bit more confident in certain things to like share and not like be weirded out on, what I mean, as far as like sharing and shit. So guys, definitely tell me what you think about like, what I mentioned. And I know I called it a download. Sometimes I do have downloads, but to be honest, the stuff that I just mentioned, like that ability, it was never called a download. Like my ancestors never called it a download. I just call it a download so people can understand that's watching. You know what I mean? But to be honest, that wasn't a download. But anyway, so let's see what's going on with his life. Also, I want to say, like, for you people that are also intuitive, that might like peep that energy out that I mentioned, definitely tell me in the comment section. I love when people give me confirmation. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like, oh shit. Like, it's always like cool for me. So let's see what's going on with this Tristan Thompson. What's going on in his life currently? What can I see? Let's see what's going on with this dude. Choices, indecision, issues with love. So this is interesting, right? Because this is definitely his vibe. We know that he has many choices. The ladies love him. Like a lot of ladies actually hate him because they know like he cheat, but obviously he's a ladies man. So this is showing me that he's definitely caught up with his opportunities. This man, he has a lot of opportunities. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not hating or anything like that. It is what it is, like this guy, he has the resources. He's not an ugly person, at least not physically. Not just that, it's showing me that he definitely has a lot of options. I'm seeing a lot of options that he actually gets stuck as far as like what he wants to do. Because I'm seeing energy that has to do with business, that has to do with work. Also, this isn't a paid reading, so I'm going to take my time. I understand that sometimes like you guys want the readings just to be like quick and shit. But I mean, I'm not going to do that. You know, I have readings that are quick, but I'm actually going to take my time and pick up the energies. So what I'm seeing is that he's also dealing with some sort of like, I don't know what you would call it, like religious situations. I'm definitely seeing that, like spiritual matters. I'm definitely seeing spiritual matters. It's kind of like being brought to his attention. But at the same time, he has so much going for him that he can't even focus on that. You know what I mean? It's kind of just like the most important thing out of his options. But he's more fixated on sort of just like his earthly needs, his earthly success. Not just that. I see him looking into business ventures. I said business. I see him looking into business ventures. He's definitely trying to stabilize his money, is what I'm seeing. He's trying to grow his money. Interesting. This is an energy of push and pull and tug. This has to do with love, is what I'm seeing. You know, I was telling you that, like, basically he doesn't believe in those constructs. But to be honest, even for people that are swingers and people that have open relationships or whatever, you can't run away from sort of like traditional things. You know what I mean? Like love. Love is a traditional thing. You know what I mean? Like people can classify it as whatever they want, but there's some things that's like traditional, you know, because like when you love someone, usually you tend to have intercourse with someone. When you have intercourse with someone, people tend to develop emotions, you know what I mean? So it's kind of just like, even though he doesn't believe in that shit and he feels like superior, because this is a dude that's like, he believes that he's really mentally superior and sort of just like evolved. And it's not a sort of spiritually evolved. It's kind of just like a more logical type of evolved. He feels like those things are like basically like constructs for idiots. You know what I mean? But it's something that he's dealing with though. It's definitely something that he's dealing with in his life at this moment. Not just that, this man, he has a lot of luck. This is a lot of luck. You know, with this star being here, I mean, this dude, he is truly blessed. And I know that sometimes people get caught up on karma and judging. Like, it's kind of just like, if karma was going to hit everybody, like, in a year, or kind of just like, as soon as they do something bad, then literally like 99.9% of everyone on this planet would be dead. So it is what it is. I'm seeing that this guy, he has a lot of blessings. He has a lot of things going for him. But it's deep though. Intuitively, the energy that I picked up was he wants to watch out for his health. He definitely wants to watch out for his health. And I don't mention health like that in my readings and shit, but I'm definitely picking up on that energy. He needs to watch out for his health, because it is an energy of being too cocky, being too brash, and it's kind of just like, or brazen, however the hell you want to say it. And it's an energy of kind of just like he wants to watch out for his health at the same time. And this, again, more love matters. So let me look deeper into this situation and see what else I can see regarding this. And then I'm going to be asking questions. Like, how does he feel about women, like Chloe and all of that? All right. An energy of being selfish, an energy of hoarding. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm definitely seeing an energy of being selfish. I see an energy of being kind of like a hoarder. You know what I mean? This is bad though. This is a bad energy because he does have a lot of blessings, but he's not trying to help anyone. That's what I'm seeing. He has a lot of blessings. He has a lot of opportunities, but he's not trying to sort of just like help people out. He's not like no sort of humanitarian. You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't know, like, what his publicist, because usually these people have publicists and stuff like that. They're agents. You know what I mean? Like, usually those people are the people who set up, like turkey drives and, like, you know what I mean? Like, things that's really not going to help people just to, like, look good. So I don't know, like, if he's doing that. Like, but what I'm seeing is he can create some real change. But there's an energy of him being selfish. That's what I'm seeing. Not just that, he is afraid, he is scared, and he is insecure. So very deep energies. It's kind of just like, he thinks very highly of himself, but at the same time, he is afraid and he is insecure. So it's a very human energy that I'm picking up. Let's see, what can I see that's going on with that push and pull and tug that I was picking up? All right. Spell work. Someone's doing spell work on him. It is what it is. This dude, he's a magician. He's a high priest. You know what I mean? So I'm seeing spell work. Someone's definitely trying to do spell work. And this is funny, right? Because I was telling you that it's a push, pull, and tug. And look what popped up. Spell work. You know? And I understand that, like, some of you guys aren't familiar with these cards. A lot of my process is intuitive. It is what it is. Like, I understand that some people just aren't going to understand it. And I'm sorry. But I'm not going to, like, you know what I mean? Like, stress myself out trying to, like, link things up for you guys. I mean, obviously you guys see the snakes and shit. This is not good spell work at that. And it's funny because this card fell out sideways and it's face down, so it has to do with his emotions. Wow, this is really deep. This is really deep. I'm picking up an energy of a harlot. I'm definitely picking up the energy of a harlot. By the way, 1 second, I forgot to turn my airplane mode on. My bad. Fucking stupid for sure. I haven't had that issue in months. Like, literally, like, a text or a notification popped up on my screen, and I was just like, oh my god, like, I didn't even turn on my shit, and I'm trying to have, like, a good-ass reading. I would have been pissed off if I would have gotten, like, a call, and then the, like, reading would have, like, came off and shit. But anyway, I got the energy of a harlot. You know what I mean? That's what I got. It is what it is. So, we know who's associated with harlots and shit like that. Chloe and her sisters. I mean, this energy speaks for itself. I mean, this shit is deep. You see this snake shit, right? So this guy, he's... It's deep that these Kardashian chicks, like, that witchcraft and all that shit always be popping up. Like, not just in my readings, but other people's readings, you know what I mean? And not just that, the cards actually show it. It's not kind of just like the lovers popped up and then, like, a reader is just like, oh, they're witches. Like, obviously that wouldn't make sense. But it's funny though, like, if you look at the visuals, like, look at this shit. This is an energy of hatred. I'm picking up an energy of hatred. You know what I mean? Because usually green represents envy, right? But I'm not picking up envy. I'm picking up, like, an energy of animosity because of opportunities. It's kind of just like, again, they want him to be stuck. They want him to not be able to make a choice, a decision. You know what I mean? They want to affect his love life. Not just that, they want him to be blind. You know, they want to cause chaos in his life. And so that's what I'm seeing, that he's under some spell work. And this is some powerful spell work. The fact that these two cards are together is showing me powerful fucking spell work. So, I mean, very fascinating. Not just that. This shit just keeps getting deeper and deeper. The 8. The 8 is very, very deep. Also, let me just say I'm a life path 8. Fucking silly. But yeah, but 8 is very deep. You know what I mean? It represents the 8th house. You know what I mean? It represents death. It represents the occult. So he's dealing with some heavy occult influences right now. And it's funny because I didn't Google, to be honest, if they got back together or if they're still broken up. Because, to be honest, this situation seems like it's been going on now for, I think, 4 years. At least that's how it seems to me. So, like, that's irrelevant. I don't even know if they're together or not. But it's showing me, though, that Chloe and her people, They have some things in store for Tristan. Very deep. Let's look deeper into this situation. What else can I see? Because it was showing me that, yeah, he's blessed, but he needs to watch out for his health. So let's see. What can we see about this situation? I mean, this reading is funny. It's definitely funny. Again, it has to do with him being selfish. It has to do with him thinking about himself. When you see trees, right? Or at least for me, because I can't like say it as if like I'm educating other people on how to do like shit. But this is for me. When I see trees, trees represents lineage. It represents individuals, right? You see these trees, their branches are empty. You know what I mean? So what's being shown to me is he's not giving. He is not giving. You know, in life, there's a flow. There's a give and take. You have to give. You know what I mean? You have to be decent. There's times in life, and this is real, where you're supposed to be like focused and where you're supposed to be selfish. Like, you know what I mean? Things come in seasons. So it's okay to be in that season. Like when you're in that season, when you feel that call intuitively, like where you're being told like, yo, don't fuck with people. Like, you know what I mean? Just focus on yourself. Like, don't be trying to give. You need to like, you know what I mean? Like, protect your energy. That's cool. But what I'm seeing is, I'm seeing a situation of he's always in a season of not trying to help people. And this energy that you see, all this blue, it represents the ethers. It represents life force. You know what I mean? The unseen. So, I mean, it's deep. I was telling you that basically, like, this dude, you know, he's selfish and shit. He's not trying to give. And that can affect your health. When you're a selfish person, you're not trying to give. You're just trying to take from the world. You know, it's not going to be a good situation for you. You know what I mean? Sometimes that's how some health issues pop up. I mean, to be honest, health issues pop up, like, for, like, endless reasons. There's a ton of reasons why health issues pop up. But this is one of them. You know what I mean? Being selfish. Not just that. You see this snake right here? It makes you more prone to witchcraft. You know what I mean? It makes you more prone to bad situations because it's kind of just like, okay, you're not trying to save anyone. You're not trying to help anyone. So then it becomes, why should you receive help? Why should you receive support? So that's what I'm seeing. He's barren as far as trying to help people. And I'm actually going to use this deck to look into this love situation. So what can I see about this love situation? Strength. He's going to need strength. He's definitely going to need strength because energies has been exchanged between him and Chloe. And it's funny too, I'm not just getting the witchcraft have to do with Chloe. I'm seeing other females. It's just showing me other females. So I don't know if that has to do with his dating. You know what I mean? I can ask, but to be honest, I like to dance with the energies. This is all a dance. You know what I mean? You're not supposed to treat your dance partner rudely, crudely, and you're not supposed to abuse your dance partner. So I'm not going to abuse the energies. I'm going to come into this with a proper flow. But what I'm seeing is that he's going to need his strength. He's definitely going to need his strength. Because again, there's energies that's being exchanged. Not good energies. Not just that. This female, she doesn't look like the best female. It looks like an ominous female. You know what I mean? Not just that, the guy looks shady as well. So it's kind of just like you got shady people exchanging energies. Not just that, again, with this 8, with this strength, again, it goes back to this energy. If I was telling you the whole witchcraft and all that, he's going to need his strength. He's definitely going to need his strength because Chloe and these females, they're trying to tame the beast. This would be his energy. They're trying to tame him. They're trying to shape him. But the funny thing is that it's just how he is. It's what he believes in, you know. Some people just don't believe in traditional things. Some people, you know, they're just out there. They're not meant to be a particular way. It is what it is. And this guy, you know, I already got into it. But yeah, he's not into that sort of shit. So I felt like that was really interesting. Now I'm going to look further. I'm curious to see how does he actually feel about Chloe. What can I see? How does he feel about Chloe? It's a burden for him. Oh, shit. It's definitely a burden for him. Not just that. This is a very ominous fucking card right here. You know what I mean? This is like a demonic trickster. Not just that. You know, like how sometimes in like the Wheel of Fortune for some decks, there's like a serpent type of creature. Sometimes even in sort of like the devil cards, like certain cards have certain like weird looking like demonic shit. This is what that is. This is kind of just like when your fortunes aren't good. This is kind of just like when bad entities are trying to like cause havoc in your life. That's what I'm seeing. So he's under some serious attack. And also, this is what I meant when I was like, he wasn't content. Like, he's not happy. He's not happy with this whole love situation with Chloe. You see what I mean? He's kind of just like, fuck, like, really, I have to keep coming back to you. I have to keep dealing with you. There's an energy of resentment. There's definitely an energy of resentment. Not just that, it speaks to Chloe's desperation. She's a desperate female. Not just that, it has to do with her ego. You know what I mean? So it's kind of just like she can't let him go. You see this female, how she's kind of just like in a very kind of like weak position. Kind of just like, yo, stay. Like, I'm going to serve you. You know what I mean? I'm going to do this and that to you sexually. You know what I mean? Like, take off your clothes and let me like take care of you type of vibe. You know, 5 speaks of a lower nature. It speaks of human nature when humans are being like in a low vibration. Not just that, look with this situation again. It has to do with betrayal. It has to do with being under attack. He's under attack. That's why it's like he can't leave this situation. Because it's funny, this guy from like, you see like the things I mentioned like early on in the reading, as far as like him not basically trying to be like a conformist. Excuse me, let me have a glass of water. Yeah, the point I was trying to make is for him to not be a conformist. It's funny that he has a hard time ditching this Chloe person. It's like she's always in his energy. She's always in his life. And obviously we know because of the witchcraft. And again, this is some really bad witchcraft, guys. This is some demonic shit. It is what it is. Like, I don't believe this card has popped up for a celebrity reading. I could be wrong, but I don't like have any memory of that. But I know when this card does pop up, like it's always a bad vibe. You know what I mean? Like it's not a good situation. I actually don't like this card because what it represents is like opposing forces, demonic opposing forces, kind of like fucking with you. Like, you know what I mean? It's a very irritating energy. Not just that, it can evolve from being irritating to being dangerous. You know what I mean? It's not a good situation. You know? So, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this is how he feels about Chloe. He feels like, yo, I'm tired of her. He's like, fuck, I have to keep coming to her. And it's funny, this is 2 here. So it speaks of relationships. He's like, damn, I'm tired of this relationship. I'm tired of this energy exchange. Like, he's upset. He's in his feelings. Not just that. He feels like something is wrong. Obviously, he knows what people say about, like, them being into witchcraft, being into weird shit. So he's just like, what the fuck? Like, why is she always, like, stuck in my vibe? Why can't I get her out of my head? That's his vibe. Not just that. He sees her as weak. You see how, like, this female here is, like, in a bad position? This isn't a strong position for a female to be in. It is what it is, unless you're into that type of kinky shit. But, you know what I mean? He's just like, damn, like, this bitch weak. It is what it is. Also, let me just say that this reading is all for entertainment only, and everything I say here is allegedly. I have to say that because of YouTube. You know, I haven't been saying that lately. My bad. And again, an energy of hurt, betrayal, of backstabbing. You know, it's funny because we see Chloe as just being kind of like the victim in this situation. But to be honest, there's some backstabbing as well coming from her energy. So there's shit that went down in, you know, their relationship that regular people don't know. You know what I mean? Because this is showing me betrayal. I'm definitely seeing betrayal. So he's just like, not just that, but she betrayed me as well. So that's the vibe I'm seeing. Now then, what can I see regarding females? How does he feel about females? How does he feel about women? What can I see? These are just questions I decided to come up with because I was curious. All right. Also, these are definitely his emotions because the cards are all face down. So let's see. He feels like he has to deal with them because of his standing. What did I tell you? That he sees females as kind of like an accessory, like relationships. He sees that as like something he needs in his life. You know how like people kind of like need a license? I mean, you really don't need one to drive. You can just drive without one. But he understands that it's kind of like the societal norms. So that's why he deals with that. But to be honest, he wouldn't have any obligations to anyone. He would just be hooking up with anything and everyone. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't even be like no sort of just like fixed situations because the world has to do with their standing in life. So the question was, how does he feel about females? He feels like he needs them for his standing in life. Not just that, it's a burden. It's work to him. You know what I mean? You see this visual, right? This is work. He feels like he needs females, again, for his altar of life. When you see these little columns in this particular deck, the Miss Cleo deck, it represents your altar of life. You know what I mean? So for him, he feels like he needs to have females in his life. You know what I mean? To create his situation. You know? But again, it's an energy of burden, though. You see this visual. Let's not like care about the actual definitions. We gotta look at the visuals sometimes. You see this visual, right? He's kind of like, okay, yeah, I'm getting my money. Yeah, people see me as normal, see me as a man, you know what I mean, that have like options, I can hook up with whatever. But he's just like, I'm not even that person that people make me out to be. He's kind of just like, yeah, I'm getting my coin. Yeah, I'm getting my standing in the world. But he's just like, look, he's looking back at work. He's just like, yo, all this is work. All this is a burden. So it's kind of just like the reason he hasn't came out as far as like being all crazy, as far as being into weird shit, is because, you know, he cares about his standing in life. This guy, he isn't a dumb man. Obviously, he thinks highly of himself. But guys, definitely tell me what you thought about this reading. If you made it this far, definitely show some love and support with a thumbs up. I definitely appreciate it. Thank you guys. And I really do love to hear you guys' commentary. I really do. It's really fascinating for me. So yeah, stay tuned for more content.